Hey y'all, let's chat, okay? So considering that I did this whole video on the fact that I got fired, I knew that I wanted to give you guys an update on my life and what's been going on since I got fired and how I've been navigating the whole process. I want to start by saying number one, I ain't got the corona, okay? So if you hear me clear my voice, I got a real bad case of like post-nasal drip over the last week. And at first I was one of them people that wasn't really paying too much attention to like the big details about the corona. Like I saw wash your hands, be careful, all that other stuff. But, up until they start really making us like, people start banning shit off the shelf. I wasn't really taking it seriously, but baby, I woke up and my throat was sore. I must have got to that bathroom. I was sitting on the toilet like, hold on, let me Google these symptoms. And I ain't had no fever. I had the flu back in December, and I feel like that Rona been floating around since then. And a lot of us that thought we had the flu, because it was a lot of people sick between December and January. We might have had the Rona, okay? But right now, I know I don't have it. Like I said, I got a lot of drainage. If you know what post-nasal drip is, you know how hard that getting through that is. So I've been doped up on Benadryl and Allegra-D, which is why my video was a little late, because I could barely talk without coughing. So I'm feeling a little better, but if you hear me do one of them, I promise, y'all can't, even if I had it, y'all couldn't get it through here, so keep watching, all right? But as far as that goes, I really want to reiterate how thankful I am for everybody that donated to me. Like, I don't think I've ever felt so supported. I don't think I've ever felt more humbled by the fact that people really and truly believe in me. They appreciate what I'm trying to do in my community, the education and awareness that I'm trying to spread. My GoFundMe was originally set to $1,800. And so even though the GoFundMe didn't reflect that I met that goal, between what I got from the GoFundMe, what people sent me through Cash App, and what people sent me through Zelle, I probably got about $2,000, maybe a little more, but I definitely got more than my goal. I was able to take care of everything that I needed to take care of as far as like my exam. So I've applied. I'm just waiting on them to get back to me with a date, which I hope to be able to take the beginning of May. So that's why we got to get this Rona under control, because I can't have nothing stopping me taking this exam. Study materials, like everything that I needed, and as far as like the stuff for my business. So I don't want to talk too much about it because I want you all to be truly surprised and in love with the release of it. But it will be called Be the Change Therapeutic Services, and pretty much what I'll be doing is it'll be a central hub for contracting me out for different things. So my life coaching, I'll be offering workshops and psychoeducation classes to different businesses, to community health centers. Like, that's ultimately my goal. I want to help, new entrepreneurs or companies or organizations work with their employees on how to better their mental health and how to create team cohesiveness. And I just want to pretty much be able to teach and share and spread all of the things that I feel like people learn when they go to treatment. I feel like you shouldn't have to go to treatment in order to learn about communication and how to talk to people better. I feel like you shouldn't have to go to treatment to learn about how to set better boundaries. Like, all the things that I pretty much talk about, I want to be able to share that on a larger scale. So that's pretty much what my business will consist of. So I recently applied for my LLC. I'm really excited about that. And after that, I'll be doing the website, and it'll be up and running, and you'll be able to book me for life coaching. You'll be able to, if you want therapy, you'll be able to find out how to go about getting therapy with me through that. Again, I cannot see people I know through therapy. I can see you through life coaching, but you'll just be able to get connected with me and what I offer, whether it be for you personally, for a friend, your businesses. I'll be helping people do interventions, couple mediating. You and your baby mama and your baby daddy, y'all don't get along. I'll be able to sit and help y'all navigate important conversations. So I just want to be able to lend myself in as many spaces as I can, speaking engagements, all of that. So I'm really excited about being able to start working on that in the upcoming months after the LLC gets approved. And so I just really want to, like I said, thank you for putting that money in my pocket to be able to do those things and not have to worry about it. Because one thing I will say is God's timing is everything. Everything. Like, I feel like me getting fired when I got fired, this is the best time for that to have happened. Right before tax season, so I got my taxes back. I was able to put up money, for my bills. What else happened? They had to pay me out for my vacation time. I had 6 days of vacation time, and I almost took a vacation back in December, and I ended up not going. So I had 6 days of vacation time through them. The fact that I got fired right before this coronavirus stuff started to spread, huge blessing. Because let me tell you, again, I used to work in a mental health facility. We don't close. Like, those places is like a hospital. They are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They always have people working. So I would have been one of the people that had to go to work. It wouldn't have been no working from home. And the company I was working for, 80% of their clientele is from out of state, which would have put me at even more risk of being exposed, because we got all of these people coming from different states, not just, worried about the people in Chicago who have it, but we got people coming from all over the United States to be in this facility, and I have to work in close proximity to them. So thank God that I didn't have to do that. And like I said, I was already planning on leaving that company in the upcoming months after I took my test. So now I've had plenty of time to sit down and study, because this test, y'all, it's not like your average test. It's kind of like a game. It's one of those type of situations where it's not necessarily testing what you know as a therapist, but you have to learn how to take the exam how they want you to. You have to answer the questions in a way that they are looking for. And it's not like a multiple choice yes or no answer. Like, they give you a simulation. Like, Bob, he's 45 years old. He came to you because he's missing work and he's drinking beer 5 days out the week. And then they ask you, like, well, what information do you need to collect in order to make a diagnosis? So they give you like 5 answers. So they'll tell you certain questions, multiple answers are correct, right? So you get 5 choices, 2 or 3 of those could be correct. And they're worth different points. But if you pick wrong, you lose points, okay? So it's like you can't pick too many, because then you'll mess up and you'll lose points. You can't pick, you can't not pick enough, because if you get to the end and you haven't picked enough, you could still not have enough points in order to pass the section. So it's a whole thing, and thank God I have all of this time to sit and really learn how to take this exam, because if I was still working trying to figure this out, I wouldn't have been able to devote the same amount of time to it. So timing is absolutely everything, and I'm okay, y'all. Like, people are like, how you doing? They calling and checking up on me, and I appreciate it, but I'm doing pretty good. Like, I think I didn't realize how much that job was weighing on me until I was out of that workspace. Like, I just wake up feeling lighter. Like, I used to have so much anxiety about going into the office and reading emails and seeing what shit they done conjured up, what's going on. And that just, I was so irritable. Like, I went through a period of time where, clients was like, she acts like she don't want to be here. I don't. Okay? And I had tried to push through that, but I could just still feel that, that aura, that negativity was just weighing on me. And since I've been out of that space, I got great energy. People telling me, you glowing. Yes, that's what happens when you drop dead weight, when you move yourself out of spaces that you're not supposed to be in. You start to exude the energy that you meant to exude. And so I've just been really excited for my future lately. Like, I don't, people are like, are you going to find another job? So the update on that is I'm not looking to have a traditional job anymore. I think I have grown out of that, and that's just because the mental health, like community mental health facilities, psych hospitals, there's a lot of politics that go into working in those spaces. Because again, it's not like, private practice, for those of you all don't know, is like for the everyday individual, you find a therapist, she's most likely working out of a private practice or they own the private practice. And you come see them in their office for an hour and then you go home. And it's usually just a couple individuals that work within that space, or it's just that one person and that's their business. So when you work in private practice, there is no politics. Like I said, I've been doing that part-time, a couple hours after work, working for another black woman who I absolutely adore. And it's just me and her. And she check in with me. You doing good? How your clients doing? I do my documentation, my notes. And that's it. Like, I don't have to answer to CEOs and supervisors and clinical leads and you got the finance people. It's just so much that goes into those big corporations that provide mental health services that I just knew, and the money in private practice is better. Like, the money in community mental health, they really, for the stuff that we have to deal with, they need to pay people better. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, I look forward to being able to make that transition. I was one of those people who felt like, I wouldn't want to do that for another couple of years, because with private practice, it's like being an entrepreneur. You don't get benefits, you don't get paid time off. And I did a video back then about the fact that everybody doesn't want to be a business owner. And so at this point in my life, I'm just willing to figure that other stuff out because the money is better. I have more resources to be able to pay for my insurance out of pocket or whatever once I start being able to do that full time. So I look forward to not having to go back into that space, which is just why I said I'm not looking for a traditional job anymore, because I just can't do it. I always knew, like, I'm the type of person, I want to be able to make my own schedule. I want to be able to kind of move things around as I see fit, and the only way I can do that is through doing private practice. So I'm looking forward to taking my test because with the license I have now, I can only take Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO. And so after I take and pass my test, I'll be able to take pretty much all major insurance panels, which will allow, I'll pretty much get 3 times the amount of clients that I'm able to see now. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm just feeling better overall. Like, I'm trying to be productive with my time. I'm trying to study. I'm trying to make sure that I'm using my time wisely to, do stuff around the house and exercise. Gotta get this body in shape, getting back in the gym, getting back in my routine. And so, yeah, outside of that, I'm doing good, all right? Something else I had to learn how to navigate, which is like the unemployment process. So that took, I was so stressed. That's why I didn't do an update sooner. I wanted to get that out the way because I was just so worried and anxious that I wasn't going to get it. And I did, because they found that what I did that got me fired was not deliberate or willful, which is what they quote, that you have to pretty much, you got to do stuff that you know is going to get you fired in order for them to deny your unemployment. And up until this point, the company has not fought back, and I was worried about that because I had another friend/coworker who they fired a year prior, and they tried to appeal her unemployment. So I haven't had any signs of that yet, and if they know what's good for them, they won't do it, because I'm still very serious about, I connected with somebody who went to U of I. For those who don't know, that's my alma mater, and he actually he's a lawyer that works with people who've been wrongfully terminated, and before I got connected with him, I was already going to file a claim with the Illinois Department of Human Rights, because let's just say I found out that I don't think they interviewed the client that was involved in the incident, because I talked to that client's therapist, and that client's therapist said that the client didn't mention anything about being verbally abused. Didn't mention the incident, didn't mention that HR had met with her or spoken with her. If you felt like you were verbally abused, wouldn't you tell your therapist? So yeah, they're going to have to write me a check. So I'll be looking into that now that my unemployment is all squared away. I will say I was a little disappointed. My unemployment was not as much as I thought it was going to be, but it's going to help me cover, my 2 major bills, the rent and the car note, everything else I'm going to be able to figure out. Because like I said, I'm still technically contracted through somebody else. So I'm getting a little ducats, For those that don't know, I used to work at a daycare throughout grad school, and I love working with little kids. I don't like kids really older than 4, because that's when they get smart by the mouth. So I'll probably go do that once or twice a week. Give me a little chump change, you know. So yeah, I had to figure out like Medicaid and stuff because I always had insurance. That process in itself has been like a lot. Like I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I'm getting all this stuff in the mail. Oh, and the bitch got Link. Okay, I ain't got Link in a couple years, so it's been nice having that little swipe, that little blue card. Okay, if you don't ever think you too good for Link, I ain't never too good for Link. That's the first thing I applied for. Only downside about the Medicaid part is so I signed up to get like county care, but that doesn't kick in until April 1st. So y'all pray that don't nothing happen to me till April 1st, okay? Because the only thing Medicaid is gonna cover in the meantime is if I gotta go to the ER for something, and God forbid that happens. So we're just gonna keep me nice and healthy until I can go, you know, get me a physical or do whatever else I need to do after I get my insurance starts on the 1st. So the lady I work for, she's trying to get me more clients. I've added a few to my caseload. I'm really excited about that. I also met with another therapist who owns his own private practice in the Homewood Flossmoor area, and so I hope to be able to join his team and work out of his office 1 to 2 days a week, which will allow me to see more clients in different areas. Because right now I predominantly work in South Holland, and that may be changing to Hyde Park. But I'm really excited that I got a chance to meet with this man and, you know, talk to him and just explain my situation, and I think it's going to be a really good fit. So I'm excited about that. Another good thing about like the timing of everything. So I've been getting a lot more speaking engagements. Not a lot, but I've gotten a few, and most of them are always on the weekend. My old job, I used to have to work every other weekend. Now I ain't got to worry about that because before I was going to have to be sorry, y'all. I was gonna have to take off and request time off and hear their mouth, and I ain't got to do that because now my weekends are freed up. And if you need me to speak at anything, I can be there. I can make myself available. So I also think that the timing of the last 2 speaking engagements I've had has been aligned. Like the first one I did was on Black women in the workplace, and I think I'm going to do a separate video on that just because the conversation that came from being in that space with other Black women who have shared the same struggles as me. Like literally, I had that gig booked before I got fired. So the fact that I was able to like pull from personal experience on what it's like to be a Black woman navigating the workplace and, you know, the not so conducive spaces with women of other races and, you know, all of that, that was really important for me to be able to pull from that experience. And then the second one I did was with my family, Coffee, Hip Hop, and Mental Health, and we did to talk about vulnerability and transparency. And I didn't think I was going to be able to tie that into anything personally, but somebody in the audience asked about like managing your mental health while at work. And I was able to, again, you know, talk about how much that can weigh on you if you are not in a good space or you do not feel like you are being purposeful or served in your workplace. So that was pretty cool. Like, again, I'm just seeing all of these little signs and things happen that just show me that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And that's all that matters. Like, I think God knew that it was time. It had been time, but he knew that I was going to sit there and I was going to try to tough it out and try to make that transition smoothly. And actually, me having to make the transition now while I still have income coming in will allow me to build my clientele without having to figure out, like, how I'm going to cut down my hours at work and try to build more clients in private practice. Like, I would have had a tough time trying to manage that. And now I have all the time in the world. So whenever you need me, not whenever you need me, but I have more availability, so that works. Also, that company, like I said, they probably taking a hit because of this corona, because more than likely their numbers have dropped because people don't want to go anywhere, let alone into treatment, and live in a house with a bunch of other people that they don't know when this virus is going around. So they probably are losing numbers because people aren't looking to go get treatment during the middle of a pandemic. So there's that. Sucks to be them. Um, oh, let me also tell y'all. So I knew that making a GoFundMe and publicizing the fact that, I got fired and I lost my job, it could allow people, anytime you're vulnerable, you open the door for people to make negative comments. And so what happened was I was on Instagram, right? And pretty much I made like this PSA because I had this boy in my DMs and he was just trying to do too much. Like, just let me take you out and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, number one, and people may not like this, I wasn't giving anybody the time of day who hadn't donated. I don't care if it was $5 or $10. I feel like if you're interested in me, then you're interested in what's going on in my life. And in order to show me that you're interested and you want me to even look your way while I'm in the middle of going through some real life shit, you need to show me that you're willing to be there for me. Not to pay my rent, not to pay my car note, but that you support what I'm doing. And he hadn't, and I'm just like, why are you here? Leave me alone. So I made this PSA to just say, like, I'm not dating right now, and if you even want me to look your way, you need to donate. And if not, tuck it, see me when I get another job or when I'm back on my feet, and maybe I'll give you the time of day. But I'm paying attention to how people are moving with me while I'm at a low point, okay? So somebody's ugly ass son must have got offended, and y'all, I got my first piece of hate mail. Somebody DM'd me from a fake page and was just like, so you want niggas to pay to date you now? Who do you think you are? You're a grown ass woman. Go out there and get it yourself. How dare you? And you should be I was like, oh, you and your feelings. And you missed the whole point. The whole point is you don't have to pay to date me. You don't have to do shit with me. But you can leave me alone. That's what you can do. That's pretty much what I was saying. Like, leave me alone. And they got sensitive or whatever. And, it just made me realize that a lot of people just don't understand the principle of things. Why? Again, I'm saying I'm not trying to date. But why me as a woman, why would I sit and entertain a man who will sit there and be like, damn, that's crazy? No, I don't. I can do bad by myself. I don't need you to be around me to not be of help getting me through this. And that's not even just financially, that's emotionally. But like, again, a gesture of good faith would have been to at least donate something. Anything. $5. Like I said, people donated what they could. And I didn't care about the amount. I just cared about the fact that they took their hard-earned money and they shared it with me. And even the people who just sent me encouraging messages, like, I just couldn't get down with nobody who didn't even acknowledge the fact that I'm going through something. So a kind word other than, let me take you out. No, I don't want to go out with y'all right now. But in response to that, I'm going to share a little tea with y'all before I close out this video. In response to that, when I made that video, I had a young man DM me, and he was like, so all I got to do is donate to win a date. And I was like, well, no, you got to donate to qualify for the date. And at the time, I'm just passing him off like another dude in my DMs. You know how we be. And so he messaged me. He's like, well, I donated something just off the strength that, I believe in what you're doing. I think that you're dope. And I want to see you succeed. Because my thing is, men be out here complaining about women who are just looking for a handout and don't want to work for anything. I'm showing you that I'm trying to work towards something and that I need a little help. And so, like I said, for people to sit here and look at that and be like, oh, that's you begging? Like, you out here begging on the internet? Like, how is that me begging? Like, that just shows that we have this conditioned mind that we can't ask for help, and that is killing people, okay? So, me being who I am, I'm going to be vulnerable and show people it's okay to ask for help. And that the people that really love you and care about you and support you and see what you're doing, they will be there. So, back to the story. Oh, that was a deep one. So this young man, and even prior to that conversation, he had DM'd me saying he saw me at an event and he heard about what happened, and he just sent me some really good words of encouragement, saying, I seem like the type that got a good head on my shoulders. I'm not gonna let this hold me down, and I I got a good future ahead of me, so to keep going. I really appreciated that. But then to follow up and say, you know, he's like, I sent you a little something just because I believe in what you're doing. Y'all, I checked the GoFundMe. This man sent me $100. This man don't know me, okay? So to send me $100, I was like, oh my God, let me look at his page. Because he one of them people, he didn't have a lot of pictures posted. Like some where I could see him like, wait, you kind of cute. Because look, if he was ugly, I would have been like, thank you. Okay? But I got to looking. I'm like, wait, you kind of fine. When you want your day? So we went out. And without saying too much, he has been a light in my little life. I think to pursue somebody while they are in one of the lowest points of their life is risky. Like, he don't, like, I could have been a bum, you know what I mean? But he saw that I wasn't, and that I was really trying to work towards something, and he been making the kids smile or whatever. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I appreciate his presence in my life right now. That's one thing I feel like I've taken from this last year as far as like dating goes, is like to just really appreciate the experience of what you're having with the person and not try to put too much on it. And that's really where I'm at right now, is I'm just enjoying the fact that this person is keeping me in a good mood, keeping me in a good headspace, and wanting to make sure that I'm good and I'm okay. So that's all I'm gonna give y'all for now. We'll see what happens, okay? But yeah, he's been great. And I think that's it for the life update. You know, I gave y'all a little bit about my dating life. We talked about my finances, you know. That's about it. So y'all keep me in y'all prayers if you pray. If not, send me good vibes into the universe because I need them. More speaking engagements. I've been having a lot of really good productive conversations too. That's what else has me excited for my future. People that just been talking to me about how I can expand what I'm doing and how I can appeal to people. And I feel like, you know, I'm a star, bro. So somebody is going, you know, I'm going to be on somebody's big screen talking some mess, talking some mental health. And I look forward to that continuing to happen. Because I'm getting invited into more spaces, I'm meeting more people, and I just really look forward to seeing where my life is getting ready to go. Now that I have been released from hell. We'll just go with that. Okay? Y'all have a good one, all right? Thank you again for all of the support.